Hey guys! So, I'm sorry that my lives are just random or a mess or something, but I just can't seem to stick to a schedule either with my videos or lives. So, I don't know. I think my husband is home, which is like the worst timing because he's going to come in and be like, "What are you doing?" Um, there's a cat. There's always a cat. Anyway, so I don't really have anybody in here right now, so this is going to be really random and just whatever. But I just figured I would go live and say hi and see what's going on with everybody, how everybody's faring with this current situation. This is a giant pain in the butt. And just hang out, have some mead, and chat for a little bit. I don't know how long I'm going to be on, and I wish that I had scheduled this, but I can't because it's very rare that I have time away from my kids unless they're unconscious, and usually that's later at night. So, I have some mead here, and I'm just going to drink it, and I'm just going to chat, and it's probably going to be to nobody, but that's okay. So, let's just hope. I mean, I should be used to talking to a camera, but, you know. Anyway, the first thing I want to talk about while I'm sitting here drinking mead out of my lovely horn, it's so like lady-sized. It's great. I love it. The first thing I wanted to talk about is obviously what's going on in the world. I cannot believe we're here. It's insane. I have a lot of feelings. Anyway, I really wanted to encourage you all to support small businesses and support people that are losing work from this whole situation. Order from restaurants if they're still open and taking takeout orders. My brother-in-law is in the restaurant industry, so that's very near and dear to my heart. And support small artists, share their work, buy their products if you can. If you can't, promote them as much as you can so you can get the word out so these people can get income and stuff during this time. This is really, really important, and we have to try and help keep our people in the service industry, our artists, our entrepreneurs afloat during all this, because this sucks. This blatantly sucks. It sucks. So, also, the other thing I was going to mention is that I'm sorry if my phone goes off. I'm not silencing it right now. My children are with their grandparents, and if they need to get a hold of me, I have to keep my phone on alert. So if it goes off, I apologize. But I'm mom, so my husband should be home from work soon too, which is why I'm having Mead. So if we go anywhere, he'll be the one driving. There's a cat fur. It's always a cat fur. I covered my bases. I'm being responsible is basically what I'm telling you guys. Anyway, the other thing I was going to say is that I always do a year ahead spreading. Year ahead spread, reading, words mixed together. And the card that I got for this month was the Tower. And I was like, what the hell is going to happen in March? And I'm like, oh, that's what's happening in March. Okay. I don't really like this decade so far, guys. This decade sucks. But on a note of positivity, my card for next month is the Ace of Cups. So we can only hope that we will be out of this whole Tower experience, but we are really in the Tower experience. And I know several other people who have gotten that card this month, so I just think that's insane, but that's what's happening. Definitely feeling that Tower energy, and it definitely has a lot to do with everything that's happening. I wish I had more of a topic in hand, and I don't have an audience right now, so this is just going to be me rambling with some mead. We have a star coming up in a few days here. Actually, a star is tomorrow. Because it is on the 19th this year, which I think is the first time in quite some years where it is the earliest. So that's interesting. But I don't have a whole lot of plans for Ostara. I usually cook, and I actually didn't get supplies for that considering everything that's going on right now. So I'll probably just whip something together. But I'm thinking about doing a healing spell. And because I was thinking in one of my last videos, I had talked a lot about how when problems arise, going to my magic is one of the last places I go. And I've been thinking a lot about that, especially in this situation, because I feel like in particular to me, it sort of pertains to perhaps that I need to learn that lesson, that I need to go to my magic. And how can I get witchy with this? I sound like Will Smith. Get jiggy with it. Anyway, God, guys, no one's here. This is what happens when I don't announce a live, and then I'm like, this is happening right now. Hopefully you guys can just watch the replay and be like, yeah, she's weird. You gonna climb on my new computer? Okay. That's what we're doing. This is my old lady. She's gonna be 16 next month. Hello. Hi, guys. Okay, so there are people here getting witchy with it, right? That's maybe what I should have just called this instead of let's have some mead. Hello. But yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, like, when things like this happen to us, either pertaining to, you know, the world as we know it or in our own personal lives, how can we get witchy with it? What can we do? And how can we turn to our magic? No, it's cool. I'll wait. I'm partially also trying to be comical to lift spirits because, you know. Oh, okay. Now, oh, just passing, ship passing in the wind. All right, whatever. She'll be back. Well, I'm sorry. I've been around cats my whole life, so it's really, really hard for me to wrap my head around what it must be like to be allergic, but that is not something that I ever want to experience, and my heart goes out to you. But yeah, so for Ostara, I was sitting here thinking maybe there is something I could do to put out some of my energy to move the situation along. And it's really weird because I have a lot of right? That's the difference between us and some mass religions is that, I don't know. I'm trying to say, like, witches tend to have a different way of thinking, but there's a cat hair like all up in this business here. I do think that some of this is meant to happen because there are parts of the world that are kind of going through a cleanse because of it. Not saying that to the people who are suffering and all that stuff, but environmentally, there are parts of the world that are actually experiencing a cleansing experience or a cleansing from this. I know, for instance, the canals in Venice are very clear right now because there are no ferries running, so it's just kind of interesting. But it's interesting how something like this impacts so incredibly much, and I hope that it's something that we learn tremendously from. And to me, I keep thinking about how incredibly fragile life is, but my hope, if I were to do any magic, would be that this has a less disastrous impact, but that we walk away from it learning something in the sense of where do we need to go from here and what are the things that we need to change, because something does need to change and we are all aware of that. So if I were to do any magic on the situation, I think that would be my main focus. But as I said, I tend to not go to my magic as much as I should in times of peril, which it's insanely healing, just as tarot is insanely healing when you're going through times of peril. And for me, tarot has always been a compass. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly how quickly, like within a matter of a week or two, it was crazy. But for me, tarot has always been kind of a compass for direction on what I might need, or a way for me to see things in a light that I may not be seeing. So, and I feel like we can look at magic that way too. Magic opens up a lot of doors for us. Oftentimes when we do a spell, sometimes something will come into our life that we didn't even know we needed. And it's just interesting how that occurs. And if you are a pagan who follows personified deity, in the case of I am, maybe you can view it as the gods are guiding you, or or you're guiding yourself in a way, or the spirits are guiding you, however you want to look at it, because I know we pagans kind of all look at stuff. Hi Danny, how are you? We're doing okay over here in Minnesota. Minnesota's much like the rest of the country on lockdown too, so but why not go live and drink mead, because what else are we gonna do? That's partially why I'm doing this. And my husband's gonna come home from work and be like, because he doesn't know I'm doing this. I had actually contemplated this all day, and I wasn't entirely sure if I was able to do it until I was able to get my kids over to spend some time with their grandparents. So yeah, cat hair everywhere, guys, all the time. So how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing with all this? What's everybody up to? Are you excited for Ostara? What are you working on witchy-wise? Let me know while I get attacked by this cat here. Hey, what's up? Do not mess with my rug, woman. There is a cat. There is a large amount of influx in gaming right now, which I'm a gamer, so that's awesome. But and E3's canceled, so what else are we gonna do? For any of you gamers who know what E3 is, it's a video game conference that happens usually in June. But there's also just an influx of internet usage, which is proving to the world that internet is a utility. It really is, and it's how we are receiving all of our information and our updates on all of the situation as it's unfolding. Since most of us are in isolation, it's how we seek comfort and how we seek camaraderie. Daily meditation is good stuff. Catching up on reading. I need to be catching up on more reading too. I am currently reading through The Norse Shaman still, which is really, really good. But yeah, as I was saying, it's definitely showing us that the internet is a utility and something that's very much needed, especially in times like this. I guess maybe we should be grateful that something like this is occurring when we have the internet so readily available through either, something in the palm of our hands, to us sitting in front of a computer that's plugged into the wall. I have a cat purring in my lap, always. I'm not gonna complain. So my plans mostly for this whole situation is honestly to try and get out in nature more. Yeah, here in Minnesota, they're doing I took home just a little lesson plan. My son's in preschool, so his schooling isn't super intense. It just kind of was more a few things that they suggested and a few things that they gave us. Yep, Mallory, that's me too. I'm a stay-at-home mom as well with 2 little boys, and my days are not that different, honestly. Unless their dad ends up working from home, so that might be a little different, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I have 2 little boys, and that's me too. So I mean, for me, it's pretty much the same. But I honestly, yeah, I want to get out in nature more with them. I want to take them on more hikes. If it were up to me, I would go camping or something. But Minnesota's just not quite warm enough for that yet. So, and it's supposed to snow in a few days here because it's not like everything else doesn't suck at the moment. We might as well get some snow. So hopefully we won't get a whole lot because I saw the weather next week was supposed to be in the 50s, and that is exactly what I need because I would like to get out in nature and remind myself that it's still there. What's really important, because I find so much solace and comfort in nature. I grew up camping and hiking all over Washington State, so which, guys, give some energy to my family out in Washington because it is rough there right now. And everybody that I know is okay, but Washington has been hit pretty hard by this whole situation. So I've been pretty concerned about my family. 57, I wish it was that here. Your boys are the same age as my boys. My boys are 3 and 5. So yeah, we're gonna go camping this summer, hopefully. We've done camping a few times before. Really? You're gonna come up here too? You do realize I have only 1 lap, right? Get off the altar. Come on. I have 2 cats, by the way. This drinking horn, though. It's the way to do it. Both my cats are like, Mom, the kids aren't here. Can we please just get attention right now? One of them is in my lap and the other one's on the floor right here. This is why my husband needs to come home so they can go pester him. But yeah, cat party, always. But yeah, I've been finding myself really wishing that I could go camping right now through all this, because getting away in nature and just having a bit of a disconnect, I think, would be something that would be so nice. But that's not always feasible, especially when my husband still has to work, and it is kitty. It is what it is, and we do the best we can, and that's all we can do in a situation like this. But I think I know. The problem is that I find myself checking the news so often because I want to be informed, but it doesn't help how I'm feeling, and it's sort of a catch-22. But I have to be informed at the same time. I don't want to be in. Kitty purr. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't exactly have a full topic that I really wanted to talk about tonight. I just wanted to come on and hang out for a little bit and drink some mead and say hi and all that stuff. I'm glad you guys are all doing well, though. I mean, I think we're all kind of just faring the way that we're faring, and that is what it is, and it just is. I mean, it's just one of those things that is surreal, but it's happening, and here we are. But I think us as witches and as practicing pagans, having the I don't want to say privilege, but having the ability to have our belief structure. Shoot, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, I told you my phone might make noise. Having our spiritual practice to go to gives us a sense of comfort, and I, for one, am very grateful for that. One of the reasons why I want to spend more time out in nature with my kids and get them hiking is because it reminds me of that. It reminds me of the fact that I have found this path and that I should be grateful for this, and that this is something that has blessed me tremendously since I was 15 years old. And it has continued to grow and expand and bless me further as I have explored further down this awesome rabbit hole. And she keeps like moving around in my lap. I don't think she knows what she wants with life. And I'm just grateful for it. And I think that's something that even in times like this, it's good to be grateful for. Being able to go out in nature and connect with spirit or deity or however you want to look at it. Or sit in front of the altar and just slow down and remind yourself that even in times of chaos, you can still come here, and that's okay. And you should still come here. And that's something that we all should be doing, because it helps us in a situation when we just don't have a whole lot of control. And having that lack of control is really terrifying. It is really, really, truly terrifying. So I don't know. I think that's just something that it's nice to be reminded of about that. I keep wondering if my husband's going to come home and be like, what are you doing? Because I don't think he wants to be on camera. So I might end abruptly if I hear him come home, because I don't want him to walk in and be like, why are you live on YouTube? I don't want to be part of this. But yeah, so maybe that's something I can all encourage everybody to focus on, is just getting witchy with it. This is some good mead. It's really good mead. I'm glad I had that. Actually, you know what's funny is how I ended up getting this mead is I went to get Chinese food for my husband and I came back with mead, and he was like, "You have mead? Norse pagan? I don't know." The problem is I don't have a stand for my horn, and there's a few things I want to show you guys, so I'm trying to drink it quickly. There. Mead is fantastic. There is a place here that makes it, and they sell it at the local Renaissance Festival here, and they have all different kinds of flavors. And I absolutely love going there and getting their mead during the Renaissance Festival. The only problem is I'm extremely allergic to bees, so I have to send my husband into their tent and be like, get some mead and come back. And then the bees chase me, and then it's just not a good situation. But speaking of North Pagan specifically, I ordered a few things, and I wanted to do a couple of small business shout outs, because as I was saying earlier, it's really important to support our small businesses right now. I posted a picture of this on my Instagram, but I ordered a couple of things from Lycos Leather. Who's sniffing this obsessively? This is a coyote bone, jawbone, and it has the runes for Freya in it. And it's just really cool. All this is ethically sourced, so please don't worry about that. She used to be 15 pounds, by the way. And then the other thing that I got is a rabbit pelt, which I have loved rabbits since I was a child, and my family used to breed them, so I just really loved having this. It's really pretty, and it's so nicely done. This was only $11, so very well priced and ethically sourced, which was the big thing that I was looking for. And this was only $8. So, and that is once again by Lycos Leather. You can find them on Instagram and Etsy, and they are super cool. I don't have any of her product right now, but the other person that I wanted to shout out is, you guys all know because she's here on YouTube, Lisa from Supportive Tarot. Her wife Peggy makes amazing tarot bags, and she makes really amazing tarot cloths. So her Etsy handle is called Sparks Creations. So if you don't know, please go check out her channel, or please go check out Lisa from Supportive Tarot, and go check out Peggy's Etsy, which is Sparks Creations. The other thing is that I wanted to do, I've been meaning to do a video on this, so I will do a walkthrough of this, but nerd thing, I ordered a tarot deck, pre-ordered a tarot deck, was it shortly after the holiday season. This is a Star Wars themed tarot deck, and it's by the artist called Alithian. On Instagram, Etsy, she's known as Virgo Witch, or the Virgo Witch, I think. That is her Etsy shop. She sells other things aside from this deck. I think this deck's out of print right now, but it was a Star Wars themed tarot deck. And the reason why I am sharing this is because I follow her on Instagram, and yesterday, or a couple of days ago, she had said that she lost her job due to the virus. So, she does have a lot of other stuff. So, I mean, if you guys want to check her out on Etsy, look for the Virgo Witch, or Virgo Witch, I think. But yeah, her deck is really, really pretty. And like I said, it's a nerd deck. I mean, it's Star Wars themed. It's really cool, though. I love Star Wars. I've loved it since I was a kid. So, and her artwork is really just so beautiful. There's Padme and Anakin, for anybody who knows the characters. But I'm not going to go through this completely because I do want to do like a full walkthrough, and I did get a new phone that shoots in 4K, so I can do it all high res. It is a pip deck, though, so the minors are pips. They don't have human figures in them, but the quartz feature other characters from the series. So there's Boba Fett. But it is a beautiful deck, and she makes beautiful stuff. I know she does stickers, she does bookmarks, she does a lot of other stuff as well. So her artwork is really gorgeous, and I just wanted to shout out because I know that she lost her job, so I wanted to try and support her. Layla's a magician. Yep, that's extremely fitting. And Rey is the high priestess, and she's all done up in like her full Jedi. I am such a nerd. Speaking of nerd things, if you guys have not seen the second Frozen movie, you absolutely should. Elsa's one of my favorite characters. I keep a little Elsa on top of my computer. The second Frozen movie completely took my heart because it is so witchy. And it is just so fantastic. You guys should see it. It's really, really awesome. It's better than the first one, and I have been like completely head over heels with the movie. All the songs are stuck in my head right now. It's great. And my 5-year-old loves Olaf, so he keeps wanting to like watch it so he can watch Olaf. It's cute. But it's super witchy. It has to do with the 5 elements, and an enchanted forest, and I'm not going to get into all of it for those of you guys who haven't seen it, but I really like, if you want to watch something that kind of takes you into another world and kind of like invokes that magicalness in you, which I find it doing for me, definitely go watch Frozen 2. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus right now, so if you have Disney Plus, I recommend it. It is awesome, and it is so witchy, and I keep singing all of the songs. It's great. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I really had in mind that I wanted to talk about tonight. I know this is going to be kind of a short, random live of me being super weird. Everything makes me cry too. I'm right there with you. Trust me. Like I cry at Tangled. Specifically the part where the king and the queen are going to go out and light the lantern, and the king just looks really sad because it's just so sad. I call him the sad king, and I'm like, I don't want to see the sad king because I'm going to cry. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Another thing I'm really looking forward to on the nerd list that is coming out in a couple of days is Animal Crossing. The new Animal Crossing is coming out for the Nintendo Switch, and I am a huge Animal Crossing fan. I have the Animal Crossing Special Edition 3DS that looks like a Pop-Tart. I should have grabbed it. It's super cute. So I'm probably going to be playing a lot of that. And my husband, on the same day, Doom Eternal is coming out, which I used to play Doom back in the 90s, but now it's gotten a little too gory for me. I'm not big on gore. So my husband's super excited about that. And those two games are polar opposites of each other. So he will be playing Doom and I will be playing Animal Crossing, and it'll be fun. So yeah, that's another nerd thing. And I think, speaking of Star Wars, I think Rise of Skywalker just came out or is about to come out. I can't remember exactly, but if you guys have not seen Rise of Skywalker, it's fantastic. And I cried like 6 times. I have like loved and idolized Leia since I was a child, so Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi both really kind of got to me quite a bit, especially after the passing of Carrie Fisher. So nerd things. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else that I wanted to mention tonight, but like I said, this was supposed to be just kind of like a fun thing I kind of wanted to do on a whim, and it's really going to have no direction and going to be really weird, and I don't even know how long I'm going to be on here, and it probably will abruptly end because this is where we're at. Yeah. I think that's it. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else I wanted to talk about and or say, so I'm not going to sit here and just waste your guys' time. So I think I'll stop now. But I just want to come on for a bit and say a few things and have a little fun. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay considering everything that's happening, and you all have my well wishes and love. And I hope that you all enjoy Ostara, because I'm excited for it, even though I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. But I have an idea. And you know, we'll all get through this together. It sucks and it's terrible, but I'm still gonna be here making videos when I can, when I'm alone with my kids, when I don't have my kids. Stay-at-home mom life. And yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you do, but I do have an Instagram account, which is under the same handle as this YouTube channel, so please give me a follow on there. And I have a few videos that I am planning on coming out, and I'm always taking requests too. So yeah, we'll get through it, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope I made someone laugh or feel better tonight. Was kind of my goal. But yeah, skull and be well.